Hello, everyone. Good morning. I hope you guys, well, I guess time zones are different, but I hope you guys are well rested and that you guys are ready to write today. I'm very, very excited. I found that I really love live streaming because it's almost like you're making content, but at the same time it's really fun, and you get to like talk to people while you're doing it, and also you're productive for like an extended period of time. So it's very helpful. So I'm very excited for those of you that are here. I know I saw Isabel in the chat. I'm very glad you're here. She commented like 3 days early, and honestly, same girl. I just love going on people's things and commenting early, but I saw that last night, but I didn't want to be weird and respond before the stream started because sometimes I'm socially awkward and I don't know how interactions work. But I responded to you this morning. So yeah, very excited. Oh, hello, Ian. And hello, Brooke. I'm so glad that you guys are here. I just finished Ian's first book last night, and let me say, absolutely excellent work. You guys are not ready. You guys are not prepared. You guys are going to be blown away. Yay! Okay, oh my gosh, everyone's here. I'm so excited. If you guys have any questions, you can drop them in the chat. It was funny before this. I was like rushing to wake up and like I like took out my camera because I'm vlogging right now, but I haven't like vlogged in a week because I've been so busy. So I was just like trying to get one of those camera shots with the live stream. So yeah. And then I also ran and I got my matcha. By the way, if you guys like matcha, I started putting cinnamon in mine. And I don't know if people normally do this. It's just not something I would think of. I would think it more so for like chai, but cinnamon in matcha is actually really good. And also, I tried a matcha with coconut milk the other day, and that was also really good. It like added a whole other flavor profile to it. So yeah, this is relatable. Very relatable. Oh wait, I'm so behind in the chat. I'm so behind. How's writing been going? Okay. Because I've been working on client work for Ian this week, I haven't really been writing in the past week. This is going to be like me coming back to writing for the first time in a while. I've been rereading my book, but because I didn't do that, and I didn't annotate and reread my book before I started this draft. So going back into things, I thought it would be helpful for me to do a reread and annotate and actually leave inline comments. I kind of looked at it as if I'm beta reading my own book. But it's gotten to the point in the book where I know that so much is going to change, that literally characters and just the interplay of everything is going to be so different, which is so strange. Because when I first finished writing this book, I was like, you know what, this is pretty close. And now, 6 months later, there's so many more ideas and so many more things that I want to put into this book, and just I want to write it differently. So it's almost like I really want to start rewriting, and I have the urge to rewrite, but I told myself I would reread the book. But what I'm rereading isn't really relevant anymore. But like sometimes still an idea comes to me through reading the book. So I don't know. I may do a mix of both in sprints. I may like reread, but then also maybe write a scene. I I really want to write Beatrix's chapter. I don't know if you watched the video about my book, but Beatrix is one of my characters. And I've written one chapter by her POV, but I want to write another one because I love her. Anyway, oh my goodness, hello, Leah. I'm so glad that you're here. Oh, yes, Island Keepers. You're going to traditionally publish? That's so cool. That's going to be so interesting. Isn't that one part of a series? So I'd be interested to like know how that works with traditional versus indie publishing. I like strawberry matcha in the afternoon, lol, about to make some coffee. That's so real. But the thing is, when I drink coffee, I found it gives me the jitters, and I just can't do it anymore. And for some reason, I think I'm just addicted to matcha because I feel revitalized. It has a little bit of caffeine, but not as much, but it just makes me feel revitalized more so than jittery, because I am not down for the jitters. My hands are already moving around enough. Yes, I've been struggling with writing. Yeah, See, that's why we're all here. We're all here to get back into writing. Isabel, you need to have matcha. It's at first you're gonna try it, and at first you're gonna be like, y'all, this tastes like grass. And then you're going to become addicted to it. Because it's so good. It's an acquired taste, but once you start drinking it, you're like, oh my gosh, this is delicious. Okay. I'm so behind. I need to choose what I want to do, either rereading my political fantasy, that's so cool, and making some notes or attempting to draft the climax of my gothic novella. Honestly, I'd be having trouble choosing two because those are two like very different and like equally cool, fun things to do. So yeah. You just described exactly what I was thinking with Island Keepers. The second draft. Yes! Oh my gosh. I've considered this first draft the holy grail for the longest time. So it's so hard to rewrite it in my head. But rereading it has shown me that like the story that I have in my head isn't what's on the draft anymore. And I think that's when you know you need to make a change. And I just need to do it. It's just a kill your darling situation. I love this book so much that sometimes it's hard to like take it apart, and I've talked about to this before to where like if I already have it rewritten, it's like you're presenting a PowerPoint presentation. If I already have notes there, I'm just going to read off the slides. Like I'm not going to make it up. And I think that's my problem. It's already in my brain that like this is the book, but I need to change it. I need to change it. Andy Easters posted a really good video about this recently about like editing draft 2, and I 100% agree with her because that is how it's felt for me. Yep, it's definitely an acquired taste. Definitely. I won't be writing this morning since the weekend. Yes. So I'll probably just drink coffee and get ready to go for a run and then like, yes, I love that. I love a chill little morning. That's so fun. Chill as in like you're about to go on a run. But then again, that might be chill for some people. Exercise used to be more fun for me. I need to do it more. I've never well, I've had it with strawberry foam in it, but I'd be interested to try it too. So you'll definitely have to give us recommendations on the drink because I know you were telling me about one you tried and that it wasn't the best, so maybe there are other options out there. Yeah, mainly I want a team to provide support, and I really think that what I've really been needing in my writing journey change. That's so cute. Oh, love that. Let's see. I've been too scared to stop because it just felt like, why? Oh, about traditionally publishing? I don't think so. The majority of people, I feel like, are just going to be proud and glad that you're putting your book out there. And honestly, it really depends, but usually for traditional publishing, I know it's easier to like get access to it in a way. Like sometimes they'll put it in libraries, they'll put it in a bunch of other places. So honestly, it'll only in some ways. I don't want to say help more people get your book because indie publishing is a great form and you can get a lot of people to get your book that way. But there's other avenues for people to get your book. I feel like traditional publishing gets so that is kind of true, and everyone's going on that indie is the right path and you should never do traditional publishing. There's definitely advantages and disadvantages to both, and I think the thing here on YouTube is that the majority of people on YouTube are trying to indie publish their book, so that's the majority of the voices you hear. I feel like the most traditional publishers, people who are trying to do traditional, aren't necessarily going the indie route, and maybe that's feel I don't know why that is. Maybe it's just a marketing thing. They don't feel like they need to do that in order to like get an audience for their book. But I feel like it's just because of the amount of people. Exactly. Why would they hate you for it? Oh. Oh no. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense at all. I mean, it could have been just like bots or like I don't know because that's so strange. I feel like that's just like abnormal for the writing community if that makes sense. It's it takes a lot of courage, that is for sure. Let's see. And I've seen so many people go on and on about how traditional publishing is awful. Yeah, like I said before, it's hard because they've had bad experiences with it and they're the majority of the voices online, I think. I just feel like I really need the support and distribution traditional publishing will give me. That's true. because otherwise you have to do it all yourself, and that is a whole entire other feat. And especially since you already have books out there, you can kind of like show traditional publishers the success, if that makes sense. So I think that that's definitely marketable, the fact that you've already published some. I just feel like get my bookstores and I live overseas. Yes, exactly. There's just so many other avenues. So it's really hard for me to try to. That's a big thing with indies that you can't get it into bookstores. And some people, that is the only way they get books. Yep. They're both extremely brave. They're both they're both hard in their own way. Exactly. Very true. Yes, I know you're telling me this, how it tastes like strawberry milk. Strawberry matcha mix, I got sucked. So I'm making it with I'd want to know how you're making it with the strawberries because are you making like a syrup? Because the other day this was kind of stupid. I literally took freeze-dried strawberries and like tried to grind them up and then put them in my matcha and it was just chunky. I think it also might have been because I put it in there once it was already cold. I'm not a cook, so please don't judge me because I know that's not how you do it, but I'd be interested to know like how you actually do that. Thank you. I appreciate that. You're so sweet. All of you all are very sweet. Okay. I think that is the extent of the comments. Hopefully, I didn't miss anything. If you guys did see something and I missed it and you want me to see it, you can say it again. Sometimes I feel like I can't do that when I ask a question in chat. You can just say it again because I want to be able to do that. But I think that I got all of you. Oh, okay. I do it like the Japanese way of making strawberry milk. So I blend it and use cane sugar with the milk. Okay. Okay. I might have to try that. You blend it in like like a blender, like an immersion? Emotion? Emotion. Oh my gosh. I just got flashbacks to Gremlins. I don't know where that connection happened in my brain. Okay, I like that. That's really cool. I need to try that. Sorry. Oh, that sounds really cool. Yes. It's so good. You need to try it. And you're gonna try it like we said before and be like, what the heck? But then it's gonna grow on you, and you're gonna be like, "This is the only thing I want to drink ever," or you're gonna hate it. I don't know. People have different tastes, but that's how it worked for me. Let's check the time. It looks like we've been live for 12 minutes and 52 seconds. Okay. Oh, yes. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Yes. Thank you. I appreciate that. I feel like I don't know what direction my book is going in. Me every single day. Me every single day. Oh my gosh. I'll tell you guys about this in the next sprint, actually. We've been going for a while. Or with the right yes. I get that too. I in my very first book, Project Where They Put Us, I I got to about 35,000 and I had restarted this book so many times. It was so different for Project AOS because I just started and wrote till the end. Somehow, like I took a 3-month break, but I wrote till the end. But then with this project, I started it so many different times and I eventually just got paralyzed because there are so many different directions your book can go in. I call it like the book multiverse that sometimes it can get paralyzing. So I 100% get you. My feelings exactly. Collapses in relief that I'm not the only one. You are for a fact not the only one. I can confirm that. There are a lot of people that feel that same way. Let's see. I'll be in and out. Oh, that's so sweet. I hope you have fun, Brooke. That's so sweet. I love that for you. Okay, I think that if you guys are all ready, we can start. And I was thinking we do 30-minute with like 10-minute breaks, but the 10 minutes are kind of pointless because we'll just talk as long as we want to talk. But how does 30 minutes sound? Because I love a longer sprint, but if you guys want to do a shorter one to kind of like open us up into it, we can do like a 20, 30. You guys can vote in the chat and I will change it because, yeah. So, yeah, let me know if you want to do a 20 to like just open us up or 30. I know I'm the boss around here, but that is not my strong suit. Okay, thank you. I can't make decisions. Why am I in a position where I have to make decisions? 20. Okay, let me change that really quick and we will get started. I'm so excited. This is going to be great. Let's see. 20 minutes. Okay, perfect. We have that down. Okay. Okay. Okay, are you guys ready? Why am I even asking? I can't watch these streams back. I never will be able to. Yep, very fair. Okay. We got to get ready. We got to lock in. We got to lock in. We got to finish whatever we're doing. We got to figure out the right direction. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Okay, let me go ahead and add this to stage. And we will be starting in 3, 2, 1. Okay, hello everybody. How did it go? For me, for me, I think it went pretty well. I I think what makes editing this book so hard, and I don't want to brag. I don't think my writing's perfect, but I think the writing in this first draft, it was such a different voice, and it I just fell in love with this voice and it happened so naturally to me. So it's almost as if the actual writing itself, I feel is pretty strong, but I just feel like the content, there's just so many changes that need to be made. And I just read through just the sweetest scene between Biston and Ace. It is just I just love the way little bits kind of come in. There's a sense of humor there, but there's also this like vulnerability, which I really love. But it just happens too early on. Like they need more of a conflict and a resistance in their friendship before they become friends. So I'd like to be able to like use this scene somewhere else. But yeah, let's see. Ah, you wrote a scene? That's awesome. If you guys want to do lines, we can do last lines. I would love to read them. I I guess I could read you the last line I read. Mine is maybe, but we could have a philosophical debate all day and I still wouldn't understand the half of this place. Okay. I just got lunch a little. Ah, love that. Love food. Honestly, food is so good. I don't know what I'm saying. Okay, trying to battle the horrid voices. Yes, don't listen to that. I think the biggest help for that is, and I know it's easier said than done, but is to just literally have fun. I realized this a few days ago, like when I started writing, there wasn't any pressure. And I think the pressure of the idea of having to publish really makes that difficult because you know other people are going to be reading this. And it's hard to differentiate between what you're writing now and what it's going to end up being, the version people read. So I think just trying to do it for fun and to not think too much about publishing is helpful because then you're just like, I have characters. I have a world. I can do whatever the heck I want. Like just try to take on that mindset. And I think that's helpful to me. Like once I started worrying about publishing, my self-doubt in my book got so much worse because there's this more pressure to it. And I know you can't really get rid of that because you want to publish and you want to become a traditionally published author. But it's a hard balance. That's great though. For 20 minutes, that's pretty good. That's basically at a speed of like, what is that? Math is hard. Is that 4 is that 420 an hour? That's pretty good. See, exactly. Exactly. I just got here. I can get out of bed on time, I swear. No, last night I went to bed at like 1 because it was on my phone. But you guys, listen, I don't I feel like I don't actually spend too much relaxing, so it was a good time. Like before I watched a bunch of TV with my mom, and I never really have time to watch TV, so it was really fun. But I get it. I One of my biggest fears is like not waking up on time for these. 'Cause like what are you guys gonna do? You guys would just be waiting and I'd just be like over there like snoring. Like what? I That would be absolutely so anxiety inducing. I would just wake up in like a panic sweat and immediately run to the computer. That would be super cool. Hello, Grace. Oh yeah. I don't know why I read that out loud. I don't know. Part of me knows that I can't do whatever I want. Yeah, because I do need to publish. And if I do what I want, then I won't be able to see, I think that last part isn't necessarily true because if you want to write the book in a certain way and you want to do your book a certain way, there's going to be a lot more passion there in what you're writing. It's going to have a lot more it's going to be a lot more real and true to who you are as an author, and I don't think you can separate the 2. I think that doing what you want I think I may be pronouncing their name wrong, but KJ Fajaro? I can never pronounce names, but her story, The Great Gatsby retelling, she literally wrote that and it was a passion project, and now it's getting published. So I really think it's really relative. Yeah, but I do need to make that is true. That is true. But definitely just working within those to still create something that you're proud of. But you're on draft 2. Or are you on draft 1? Because I feel like those guidelines, you can kind of think about those later on, but just write the book the way it is. I can't remember. I think you're on draft 2. But yeah. If any of you guys have any questions, let me know. It looks like on our timer we have about 4 minutes left for our break. So whenever you guys are ready after a little bit, we can go ahead and get into the next sprint. I think if it's okay with you guys, we're going to do a 30 because I love a good 30. Let me go ahead and set that up while you guys are in the comments. Let's see. Okay. Okay. I have that set up. Oh, what I needed to tell you guys about. So, these past few days, the other day I looked up a word and I spelled it wrong. And then I discovered something that I didn't know existed. I'm being very vague. I discovered something that I didn't know existed. And the thing with the writing process for me is that usually one of the first things that I come up with is a title, and the whole book goes from there. And so I looked up this word and I was like, that would make for such a cool title. Like, that would make for such a fun book. And I've been kind of ruminating over the past few days. And then I was like, what if there was like, I don't know if this is going to be part of this book, but I was like, what if there's a book with like intentional plot holes? Like, you'd have the Mandela effect, and every so often the entire story would like switch up on itself. Like, it would completely rewrite the rules of writing, but like in an intentional way. And I think that'd be cool. But then from that, I kind of came up with this new, like, religious fantasy science fiction idea, which is what Project AOS is, which is awesome because Project AOS was kind of like a one-off for me. I was writing dystopian before. This is kind of a dystopian world, but it's also different. So I was like, this is so cool that I'm coming up with another religious fantasy idea because this is kind of what I'm want to write as a future in the future. Like, this is what I want my genre to kind of be. And it's more geared towards science fiction, that book idea, but honestly, it makes me so excited because coming up with more ideas in that genre just feels like I'm getting closer and closer to like where I want to be as a writer. So I think that's really cool. Okay, he's good with 30. I shall rest. Very important. You don't want that. Oh my gosh, that would suck. Don't rest. Rest. Very important. Can't think of any questions. Brain is a bit mush. You know what? Same. It's true. Let's see. I have fittings with my clients atelier, so I will be writing later today. Oh, that's so fun. Okay, love that. I think that we are ready to start. Let me go ahead and add the Flocus back to the stage. Okay. You guys are going to do awesome. You guys are going to write beautiful books, and you guys are going to publish them one day, and it's going to be wonderful, and everyone's going to love them. It's going to be awesome. Okay, let's get into it and start. Hello, everybody. I hope that went well for you guys. Yes, I did get breakfast. I decided to make myself a peanut butter and honey sandwich, and honestly, it was a really good breakfast. I feel really energized. And I still have matcha. Yay, you're back! I saw that you had to go get dinner, so I'm glad that you're back. We're all gonna get to write together. Let's see. I think that that was a really obviously I took a break, but it was just I feel like I'm having a lot of fun right now. Then again, it's also a lot of pressure because there are, like I've said before, there are things that I love about this draft. And it's really common to be for people to like knock on their first drafts and be like, they're terrible. But like in a way, this is I really like this draft because it's almost like the baby. It's like the first version of the book before it like grows up and like becomes like this final form. And because of that, I have like this attachment to it. I talk about that all the time. It's I just need to fight past this urge, and I just need to make the story better because I think there's a fear in the back of my mind that sure I can write a book, but can I edit a book? And at the same time, what if I edit this book and I can't actually make it any better? Like that's a genuine fear of mine, but I just need to get over it. I've been trying to edit this book for the past 3 months. What is it now? Maybe it's 4 months now. And before that I had a 3-month break. It's also because like I took such big of a break, and in the future I don't think I'll do that with a project because that only like grew the attachment. But the attachment isn't even to that manuscript because I have a different version in my head kind of how I want it to go, but this is like the one on paper. I don't know. I agree. I love peanut butter and honey. They're just ugh, they're so good. Yes, hello. Yeah. See, thank you for validating me. I don't know if I explained it the best way. Thou art not alone in that boat, my friend. Thank you. It's hard out here. I need I need to edit this book, y'all. I've been trying to edit this book for so long. And basically all I did in the past 3 months, I don't want to say it was useless because it helped me figure out how to edit, but like I'm going in a completely different direction now. Oh, hi, Grace. I got my introduction paragraph almost done, plus my outline. I'm not an author, just a college student with 50 pages. That is a lot. I'm going to be praying for you because that's a situation for sure. But you're getting started pretty early. You're not procrastinating, it seems. So that's very good on you. 50 pages due by May 9th, and this seems like a good way to get myself started. Yes, exactly. I'm also a college student, so like I have a bunch of papers that I need to work on, and I also got a full-time internship this summer, so like that starts once classes are over. So I'm trying to get all my papers done before that, like before they're due once classes end. But it's just I worked towards them? No. So you're in a good boat. You're doing great. See, you can do this. Exactly. If you're taking it slowly, you're doing good. Yes. You're taking the time you need to make your story really good. Yes. Agreed. Very, very true. Very, very true. Help. So, if you guys have any questions for me, let me know. I think we have about 5 minutes left in our break, and then we will get back started. If you guys, I do have a question for you guys. Are you music listeners while you write? And if so, what genre of music do you feel like your book fits in? I feel like that's a good question because for me, Project AOS has been like Creed, like a bunch of like rock, heavy like divorced dad rock is like the core of Project AOS. And in addition, I'd say like MGMT kind of vibes. Like there's a little bit of funky beat going on. So that is what I like to listen to. I love MGMT, I love Creed. Noah Kahan, occasionally. Noah Kahan. And I think that's a common theme throughout all writers. They're like, I know it doesn't make sense because I'm writing a fantasy book, but Noah Kahan. Also, I think about like fan casts. I don't know if it's fan casts if I'm picking like characters, people for my book, but I'm like, I feel like Noah Kahan could play one of my characters. I don't know if he'd ever be an actor, but like I feel like it would work. Yes, yes. Okay, what genre my book is? I write in silence. I can't hear the characters argue in my head with music playing. Honestly, that is so true. I feel like, and Alyssa talked about this in like a very old video. Alyssa in the books, but there's like people have like this fear of silence. We always need like some sort of sound. And I think the idea of writing in complete silence is very, very cool because we don't have, I don't want to be like in today's society, but it feels like we don't have a lot of space where we're just completely just silent. And that leaves a lot of room for like creativity. So honestly, I think that's awesome for you, and it can get distracting. I don't know if you guys saw me, but I was a little bit distracted by the music I was listening to while I was trying to reread, so I definitely get that. Country and oh, that is such a fun mix. Wait, that's so interesting. Oh my gosh, that's so fun. See, yes, I agree. The uplifting songs, yes. Sometimes I need music to help me focus and get my brain alive. That is true. I know I keep mentioning people. I know Anna knew she like listens to her shout out. Sorry. I know Anna knew she listens to like her project playlist like before she writes, and I think she does during. But what she does, I think it's just like finds like the hour version, and I've done that before. I was really on a Creed kick for a while there, and what was the song that I listened to for like the longest time? I listened to One Last Breath, 10-hour version. I don't think I got all the way through, but like constantly while I was editing in like one of my older vlogs. And I love One Last Breath by Creed. I will be screaming my heart out. And I just love it. I love it when there's like a rock band that clearly like they aren't Christians or anything, but their music has like this like biblical and religious like spiritual connotation to it. I think that's so cool. The Fray, You Found Me by The Fray. I love The Fray. I am not ashamed to say that. I love like 2000s rock. I love it. The Fray, You Found Me. That song is a Christian song. That's all I have to say. I know that it's not, but like it kind of is, and I love that. Sometimes I need to be quiet to focus. That is very true. I should probably do a quiet sprint right after this, especially because I was getting distracted. But I don't know how to pronounce your name because I never listened to it before. But the Raven Lene song, Love Me Not, I have that stuck in my head. Because like I just found it this morning. I know it's probably been on platforms for a while, but I love that song. It's like getting stuck in my head. Country just because I like country and it's a magical island. There you go. You can't really go wrong with that. Disney because yes. Oh, Disney music is so fun. I love Disney music. There's some straight bangers in Disney music. I have magical steed. Oh, that's so fun. I love that. I find it so interesting to like hear what people do with fantasy because I feel like there are a lot of like I don't want to say like types of creatures, but like there are a lot of fantastical creatures that have been done for the longest time. And I'm so interested to figure out like how people kind of redo it in a different way for fantasy. And I think it's so interesting. Like there are fae, like there are a bunch of things that have been done for a while, but like I feel like everyone who writes a fantasy book has a different twist on it, which I find so cool. And I think about it all the time. I try to come up with like twists on them and I can't come up with it. Like that's You guys probably didn't even hear that. I'm the only one that heard that. Okay. I'm ashamed to say, but rock scares me a little. Not that it's a bad genre. I think it's super cool. You know what? That's perfectly fine. It's not for everyone. And especially writing, writing is like a whole different context. So even me saying that I'm listening to rock, it doesn't sound right, but it's just the fact that this book, I would say I don't want to give away too much, but the vibes of this book match so perfectly with like indie, not indie, like alternative rock, that kind of like 2000s vibe. It matches so perfectly with that that it works for me. But if I were trying to listen to it while I was working on like a different like fantasy book, it just wouldn't work. It's just the fact that this book is like so inherently that aesthetic, like that vibe, if that makes sense. Waiting, I love Waiting on a Wish. I haven't watched the new movie, but I love that song. I just love the build of the chords and everything. I love that. Yes, Disney music for the win. Ah, I get that. That's me every single time I turn on a camera. Are basically winged beats that are allied with elements and powers. Oh, I love that. That's so fun. Stop. I love that. That's so fun. I love how they all have like different powers based on their markings. That's really cool. Oh. Okay, so it's like elemental. Is it based on like the four elements like earth, wind, fire, water, or is it like other elements too? Yeah. Facts. Very, very true. Okay. I think we're starting to get towards the end. Are you guys good with another 30-minute? Because I think I'm good with another 30-minute, but I'd also be cool with like a 20. It's up to you guys. Yes. Love that. Yes. Oh, plot twist. Spoilers. but it's forbidden, so they know about it, obviously. They obviously know about it. I love that. That makes for such an interesting place in society, in world building. I managed to write in between. That's awesome. Honestly, that's a talent. That's a talent. Truly. Okay, Ian's good with 30. Awesome. I'd probably do 15 minutes of writing in that sprint, but then, yeah. Yeah. Yes. Congrats, Leah. Okay, considering that y'all are good with 30, I think we're go ahead and start on the sprint. Let me go ahead and add that to stage. We're going to do awesome. I feel really good about this one. And we're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Good luck, guys. Hello, guys. I hope the sprint went well for you guys. If you guys want to comment your word counts down below, that'd be awesome. I know we have a few people in here as well, so if you guys would like to comment down below what you're working on today, that'd be awesome. I think the sprint went very well for me. I actually realized what would be a really good thread for the novel because I have this character that I really was a very much a side character, but at some point I want to give him his own book, especially if I make this series really long, like I'm thinking about doing, I want to give him his own book. And he didn't play as much of a role in the story before, but there was this other character that's definitely a side character, never going to get their own book, that had this connection to another character. I know this is very vague. And it was kind of a full circle moment at the end of the story when they realize who this character is, that they're helping this character help this character and all this stuff. And I was like, maybe we can change the character from the character that really doesn't have that much weight to a character that potentially, definitely almost, if I extend the series, will get their own book later. That's not in this main trio of characters, by the way. This is another character. And I think giving them more of that kind of involvement in the book, even though they're not involved, but kind of they're a part of the plot, would be really, really cool. I don't know if you saw me, I was literally gasping. And even though I'm rereading the book and it feels pointless, this is why I'm rereading. Because this makes me naturally just think of my story and the arc that it's going through. And then because of that, my brain's just naturally coming up with different ways and ideas to do things. So even though what I'm rereading, it kind of feels pointless because I'm gonna rewrite it, it's still helping so much. So I'm so glad that I decided to still do this because honestly, I'm probably going to make this choice in the book. It's going to call for a little bit of reworking. It doesn't entirely make sense with the book as is, but I think it would have so much more emotional impact. Time to check on the comments. Trying to find where I was last time. Yes, Just Right to Book is here, and I'm so excited that she's here. I have a lot of catching up to do. You know what? Same. I don't think that I've worked on rereading since Saturday, last Saturday. So we're on the same boat for sure. Honestly, same. But you should take a break though, even just a little one, or just like clear your mind. Just listen to Disney music and just sit there and just relax. I don't think I've written significantly since Hannah's last stream. It's been a while. Good to start feeling the flow again. I'm so glad because I know you talked about that stream in your last video about how it was hard to keep track of. And after reading your first book, you keep track of a lot of things. You're very good at keeping track of a lot of things. And the way you've explained how it's like kind of two different timelines in one, that's like double the work that you're already doing. So I'm glad that things are starting to feel more I'm glad that things are flowing a bit more because I know that was really hard. Let's see. Yes, I can relate. It didn't go very well for me, sadly. I'm so sorry. It's probably just time for a break. Maybe go on a walk if you love walks. Just do something else that's still creative, and maybe that'll help you kind of figure out the direction. Yay, I'm so glad it went. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, me too. I come up with so many new threads, but the problem is I know it would require a lot of work, and I don't want to say that I'm lazy, but I am kind of lazy, but I need to make these decisions. So I think I'm going to do that thread. It's just going to take a lot of restructuring, but I know it's going to be for the better. It's going to be for the better. Phoebe Bridgers reference. Literally, I was knocked out for like 2 minutes because of how I just feel so connected to my story that I'm a little bit dramatic. I'm a little bit dramatic. Like I am in it, very much so. Sounds like a great idea. Yes. Yes. Oh my gosh. I've been trying to figure out how long I want my book series to be. And I can't tell you, but it's a specific number and it's a really high number and it kind of correlates with the title, but I can't. Me, every time I put on a camera, I'm scared that I'm going to reveal something, especially on lives. I can't. But yes, especially because the arcs with these characters, because of the nature and the plot, they're kind of going to end fairly early. I'm going to need other characters to kind of like pick it back up where it left off. And in order to do that, I need to plan and kind of plant little seeds for them to have small little growths until they get their opportunity to have their book later. And I love this character. This character is a bully. This character is a little prat. All my characters are 14-year-olds. He's a prat. He's a bully to all of to at least two of my main characters. Not a good person. But I've talked about this before. I love a Eustace character. I love a character redemption arc so much. Like there are going to be so many redemption arcs for all of these characters. This book is really just about redemption, and I want to give him his own book, kind of like the Chronicles of Narnia, where you have like the original four, but then, like, later on, you get more people, and then even before them in The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, there were other characters. So I kinda wanna do that. So it's, like, the same world, and it's the story of that world, but because it's so elongated, some character arcs end before the story of the world ends, so you have to have more characters in there. Yeah, but I'm terrible at taking a break. I wanna figure out my book. That's so fair. Maybe I don't know, maybe you can just, like do something I maybe just, like, reread some portion of it like I'm doing, cause sometimes it's just, like, the act of thinking about your book, even if it's not necessarily in the spot where you don't know what direction it's going to go in, might help, like, going backwards and rereading some parts, because maybe if you do that, you'll kind of be able to, like, sense little spots where you, like, planted seeds unconsciously for the story to go a certain way. Maybe that could work if you do wanna keep going. Hello, welcome. That's so awesome. Thank you. Thank you. It was fun. I come up with these things every day, and then the next day I'm like, "Do I really wanna do that?" Like, that does that really make sense or does it just sound cool? But this idea, I think this one sounds cool. But also I'm like, is it too obvious? Does this set him up to be a future character too obviously? Like, does it seem like I don't know. I don't wanna make things cheesy or, like, too obvious that this connection is there, because already the fact that there's a connection is crazy considering the scale of this book. So making it also an important character makes it seem a little bit, like, unrealistic, but at the same time, I really wanna do it. So I really don't know. I'm back and forth. Yes. Yes. Love the drama. I don't want to say that I'm lazy, but I'm lazy. No, exactly. Because 'Cause I'm productive in the most unproductive ways. I'm a productive procrastinator. So I will be productive, but not in the way that I'm supposed to be productive at any given time. If that tells you anything about me, I'm not a lazy person because 'cause I'm constantly busy, but I'm doing things that I'm not supposed to be doing. So yeah. Yeah. 12? Okay, you'll have to explain this because 'cause I'm slightly confused, but it's probably because I'm behind. Yep. Oh my gosh. Yep, definitely a character. I just I love characters who are just I love flawed characters. Everyone says that. I just love a good redemption arc. I am a firm believer, if you've read Harry Potter, that Draco Malfoy should have had more of a redemption arc. And he does. He does. He hands That's kind of a spoiler. I won't say that if you haven't read it. He kind of has a redemption arc, but it's not in the movies. And that upsets me because I love redemption arcs. I love when a character gets like a second chance. It's everything to me. Okay. Okay. See, but will you'll either be like pleasantly surprised or you'll realize what you need to change. I feel like you can't really go wrong there. You'll just have to remember that it is a first draft, which I feel like you will remember, especially because you think you're going to be cringing. I feel like there are good things that can come out of this. Scratch 12, it'll be 13. My math wasn't mathing. Is rather scary. You guys probably don't know her, but but she's mean. See, the character that I'm talking about isn't like evil. He's a kid. Like, he makes mistakes, but he has his own reasons for acting the way that he acts. He's literally a kid. Like, he's bullying other kids, but it's not it there's a reason. And I think that that's important to note. He's not evil just because he's a terrible psychotic person. I was thinking about cards. Oh. Oh. I see where you were thinking. No. No, it's different. The Ace of Spades as the working title is mostly because of it's not the actual title. I don't know if I specified that really well in my last video. I think a lot of people were confused on that. But Ace of Spades it's called Project Ace of Spades, but I've always just called it AOS because it was easier, and Ace of Spades gave away one of the characters. It's called Project Ace of Spades because that is where he got his name from. My main character Ace, he's literally right here. That's where he got his name from. And this book is from his perspective, but the title of the book is different. But you are kind of thinking on the right track. It does have something to do with numbers. And when I eventually reveal the actual title to y'all, I just can't reveal the actual title to you guys because I can't reveal the actual title without like kind of giving a lay-in as to what the story's about. Because the title is like, I don't know how to explain it, but it would give too much away. Very, very mean. Yeah. I Yeah, that would be cool. That would be honestly, that's not a bad idea. The cards are a big portion of this first book, but not so much in the grand scheme of things, if that makes sense. It's kind of like offering like symbolism, but in actual reality, it's not too big of a continuous thing throughout the books. It's kind of just like, oh, that's what he was named after. But the other characters, I plan on basing the project names kind of like after what they're named after, based on if it's their book or not. I really need to figure something out because the way that I planned the whole overarching storyline of the story and the way that it has to go, because I'm not only relying on one kind of inspiration, which is the book that inspires my book, but I'm also relying on another inspiration. I'm kind of like meshing these two things together. And this one kind of has a more continuous timeline, while this one is just like a setting. I don't know. I get so scared on live stream that I'm gonna accidentally say the title or what this book is about. So I'm sorry I'm being so vague. I'm actually terrified. But yeah. It's more so just a symbol because I am the best at giving you guys absolutely nothing. I promise I shouldn't promise. I can't promise that. Of when we get closer to publication, I promise you guys, or at least even after publication, I will be ranting about this book to you guys for hours because I'm obsessed with these characters. This book is like it has my whole heart. It was the perfect combination of like when, where, what I was doing with writing, and I love this book. I talk about this book so much to people in real life. They it's actually annoying, but I can't because I'm constantly scared that someone else is going to find the idea. But at the same time, if I talk about it first, then no one else can, like, it would sound like they were plagiarizing me. I'm just like over here like praying that no one like finds out about it. And a week ago someone I saw that someone had made a book similar to it, and books have been done similarly to this, but they took a direction with their book that I almost took, but I chose not to. And I'm just over here like I feel like I've gotten to like the maturity in understanding writing to the point where I would still publish the book if someone did something very similar. But because I went from like if someone writes something similar to this, I'm just not gonna write the book. It's over. But that's way too dramatic. Like people write books on similar topics all the time. It's just because this world building and this world and this premise is so specific that if someone else were to do it, I'd be like, okay, now this sounds like I'm copying them. I'm constantly worried that like someone else is coming up with it. We're coming up with the same ideas simultaneously. We just don't know it yet or something. I mean, okay, that makes sense. I understand now. You can say it all you want. I understand. Welcome back, Leah. Yes. Yes. And you guys almost got the title. My like very first, I think it was my world building vlog on this channel. I had said the title and I like blocked it out with like blocks and like cutting off the mute stuff because originally I was going to tell you guys and then I changed my mind. So, okay, that's fair. Especially, you know what? There needs to be a character that doesn't take the chance on redemption because it helps to differentiate the characters that do. It's like a foil situation. I think that that's important to have because you can't just have a bunch of like redemption arcs where everyone's good. Some people have to be bad. I hate saying that. But yeah, maybe in a sequel. Maybe. But if she's truly a bad character, and if she truly believes what she believes, maybe the redemption arc wouldn't feel natural for her character. One of my characters has a redemption arc, but it doesn't happen till later on because this is a different one than the character I was talking about. Because they're not ready to have that redemption arc yet. They haven't learned what they need to learn to have that redemption arc. And if in your series they never learn that, or it just doesn't seem like they're going to, it wouldn't feel natural. So I completely understand that. How's your day been going, Rin? It's been going good. I always love a writing day. It's so fun to me. Live streaming is like an excuse for me to get to write for 3 hours. So it's always a plus. I love writing with you guys. I did wake up a little bit later and I did stay up too late, so I'm a little bit sleepy, but it's going really good so far. Writing with you guys, honestly, top tier point of my day. Writing with other people kind of gives me an excuse to spend time pursuing my dream, like actually like instead of doing things for other things like school and stuff. I don't know. I'll stop guessing and wait till you actually give us the title. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I I feel like so like sneaky and mysterious. I don't know, maybe I just enjoy that way too much because I love leaving like little Easter eggs that make no sense and no one's gonna even notice them when they go out. And like, what if I made this video or did this video this way and it was assigned to the way how many words are in this and what this means and stuff. I get way too into it. I'm like Taylor Swift with Easter eggs. I I think about it all the time. I'm like, "Ooh, I know something you don't know. I'm sneaky." I don't know, y'all. I'm just crazy. It's not 9. I can tell you that, but that would be honestly, I could make it 9 because that would also make sense. That would also make sense, but I don't think it's gonna be 9, and I can confirm it's not going to be 100. It's not going to be 100. It's not going to be. I don't know if I could even write there are people that churn out, like, 100 books in their life, and I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could do it. I don't think. What if I'm just scamming you guys right now and it is 100? I'm just joking. I could never do that. The same thing happens to me when I'm. Yes, yes. I feel this, but I have to tell myself that I'm not copying or that it's not too oversaturated just because I'm doing it. Yes, because I'm also doing something similar to retelling. It's more of an inspiration because it's not the actual plot that's being retold. I don't want to go into too much detail, but I get what you're saying. And you're so right. Because there are a lot of people, especially with mine, people have done this before. This is not a new thing, and I kind of have to accept that. It's just me being afraid that, like, the way I'm doing it is going to be too similar. But even in that, the characters are different. The plot's going to be different. I think I've gotten to the maturity level in my writing to where, like, I would choose to publish it even if something like that happened, because I feel like I've become more confident in, like, the different aspects of the story, or, like, I've gained a better understanding that, like, people come up with similar ideas all the time, and that's okay, and some people might enjoy your version, and then other people might enjoy the other version, and that way there's multiple versions for people to connect to. Yes, I relate to that so much. Not me. Not me. I relate to that so much for my characters that also have extremely tragic pasts. One of my characters, Beatrix, the third of the trio, I keep moving my thing. She's over here. I'm looking at her right now. She, the most tragic. The most. But she has redemption arc. I don't know if that's a spoiler. I don't know if that's a spoiler to say that someone has a redemption arc. She doesn't. She does. She doesn't. You'll never know. Oh, bye, Grace. Thank you. I wish you the best of luck on your paper if you haven't already left, because 50 pages is truly a feat, and you got this. That's awesome. Okay. Stop. I just. I just realized. Wait. I just looked at your profile. I know you in real life. Oh my gosh. Hi, Grace. Why did I not realize that? Thank you so much for coming. How did I not realize that? I'm getting so rare right now. Hi. Oh my gosh. I know you in real life, don't I? That's crazy. Oh my gosh, thank you for coming. I'm pretty sure I do because you look familiar. I'm just overthinking it. I do know you. That's crazy. Bye, Grace. Oh my gosh. Everyone's just guessing at this point. I'm gonna stop saying no or yes because eventually you guys are going to get it. And besides, I could completely change my mind. So even if I told you, it wouldn't really matter. It wouldn't really matter. I knew someone would get it eventually. Dang it, you guys. I knew someone would get it eventually. I'm gonna be writing 600,000 books. Oh no. You got me. I'm joking. I'm such a troll. I'm such a troll. I'm such a troll. Okay. It is currently 9:22. It is currently 9:22. So I think it is about time we get on our last sprint, because we are only going towards 10, unless you guys want to continue. Also, I could probably just check this myself, but do you guys know if anyone else is streaming today? Because usually after I do a stream, I get on, like, a streaming kick, and I love to join other people's. So let me know if you guys know if anyone else is streaming. Bye, Isabel. I wish you the best of luck. I really hope that you're able to figure things out and that you're able to take a break too. I wish you the best of luck. And I want you to know that your story, you are the writer of your story. You can make whatever choices you want, and that typically the choices that you want to make are going to be the ones that your reader enjoys the most because you have the most passion about them. Oh my gosh, I've never watched their videos before. I'll have to check them out because that's definitely awesome. Bye. Oh my gosh. Okay, wait, I wonder who's still here. How many people are in the stream? I'm currently pulling it up on my phone. Okay, there are three of us here, and one of them is me. So I guess it's me, Ian, and is Leah still here? I'm not sure. Oh, wait. Okay, yay! Okay, awesome. Oh, yay, Jess, you're here. Okay, perfect. Oh, my phone just changed from 3 to 6. Okay. Let me go ahead and make sure the Pomodoro sprints are ready. I think we're going to do another 30-minute, and then we'll have a little bit of a break. Oh, bye. Bye. Good luck with yours. I wish you the best. This was so fun. I'm so glad you were able to make it. Okay, let me go ahead and add the Pomodoro. If Pomodoro? Pomodoro? Pomodoro. Flocus. I will go ahead. Oh, yay! I'm so glad. I had so much fun writing. Fun? I had so much fun writing with you. Let me add this to the stage. If I don't die, I'm getting a sore throat. Probably because I'm not used to interacting with people this much. That was a joke. Maybe. Oh my gosh. I'm still really thrown off. Okay. I am so excited. This is going to be really fun. I'm really happy. Why am I rambling? We literally need to get started. 30 minutes on the clock. You guys are going to do awesome. And we're starting in 3, 2, 1. Good luck, everybody. everybody. Go ahead and comment down below how your writing went. I didn't write much this stream because I had some technical issues that I had to fix. Sorry. I'm overwhelmed. I hope that it went good for you guys and everything went well. Definitely put down in the chat how much words you got, or if you have last lines, I would love to read them. Overall, I'm so glad that all of you guys were able to make it to the stream. This was really, really fun and really, really enjoyable, and I'm so glad that we got to do this. It's always helpful to get to write with other people, so this was very, very nice. And yeah, I think that I ended up rewriting a bit that I wrote earlier, fleshing it out a bit more. That's awesome. I'm so glad that you made some progress in your manuscript. That's so awesome. I always love fleshing out portions. It's a lot of fun. Finished chapter 14. That's awesome. I wonder how many chapters you plan on having in your book, Leah. That's really awesome. Hey, Hannah. Hey, I didn't make it time, but it's nice to see you. Thank you so much, Renee. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so sorry that you made it late. It happens. It's very early stream for some people. So yeah, I'm very, very happy that we all got to write together. Sorry if I feel a little bit overwhelmed. I'm trying to calm down. But anyway, yeah, it seems like we all got okay. Oh, 15 chapters plus an epilogue. So you are so close to being done. That's legitimately so, so close. I'm so happy for you. You only have one chapter left. I wonder how long your chapters are because 15 chapters, I feel like when books have that much, they tend to be shorter. But then again, it depends on the length of the book too. So that's really fun. I also love a good epilogue. I don't understand how people don't read prologues and epilogues because they're so, so fun to me. And I feel like you have so much potential to like kind of open up the shape of your story in that way. So yeah, I think that's very fun. And you're so close. I've gotten 735 words written this morning. That's a lot, especially if I'm remembering correctly, you started on the stream a little bit later. So that is a lot of words. That is very, very good for today. And I know that, I don't know if it's still going on, but I know that you're doing the rough draft challenge. I'm not sure if that's still going on, but I hope that that was really helpful and very fun for you. It's a novella. I love novellas. It's on the shorter side. A novella is so fun. I feel like people always like feel like they have to make their books longer, but some stories are just like meant to be short and they work better as novellas. So I think that that's so cool. Yes, congrats everyone. So much progress. I think that we are going to go ahead and end the stream. I'm so grateful that all of you guys were able to make it. This was so much fun. I feel like we all got a lot of progress. If you're rewatching the stream, I'm so glad that you made it to the end and that you were able to get a bunch of successful writing done. Thank you, Ian. Trying to keep the positivity up and trying to have a good day, even when things go wrong, is very important. I'm so glad that everything went well and that we enjoyed it. While I would love to keep streaming, we've literally been streaming for 3 hours. Oh, okay, last line. My last line was, the seer's expression didn't change. She was loved once by a queen of light who gave up everything for her. A forgotten kingdom, a broken promise. Oh no. Oh, there's more. They say she left her world by choice, but I think she was stolen. I love that. That line has so much emotional weight. That must be a really, really intense moment that the character's in. So I really, really love that. That's very fun. Anyway, since no one else has last lines, and I think we're all done, I'm so grateful for you guys coming to the stream. It was a lot of fun, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Good luck with writing. This is your reminder that you can write that book. Bye, everybody.